Did IQs just drop sharply while I was away?
Hey, what's up, world? Before I get into the topic of this video, I just want to quickly let everybody know that I will no longer be uploading to this channel. Or at least I will only be uploading one or two more videos to this channel, and one of those videos is going to be me explaining why I'm abandoning this channel. It's been something I've been considering for over a year now. I made this video like a year ago titled, "This channel is officially dead," but now I am officially ending this channel. And that includes the BitChute, the Odyssey, and the Rumble associated with this channel. And I created a new channel titled Vigilance Committee, and this channel will be a YouTube exclusive channel. I'm not dealing with BotChute anymore, I'm not dealing with Odyssey anymore, and I'm not dealing with Rumble anymore. So if you want to continue to watch my videos, you're only going to be able to do that on this YouTube channel. I'll be creating a separate video explaining exactly why I'm doing this, but for now, I'm going to cover the topic in this video.
You're getting me for nothing, you little fuck.
Boy, that's one hell of an ego you've got.
What the fuck is your problem? I did not come down here just to get jerked off, you know.
But anyway, with that out of the way, I now want to talk about one of the dumbest, most hypocritical, probably also one of the most corrupt news stories that I've heard so far this year. And that is this story that I heard about California spending $30 million to build 1,200 small homes across the state this year. So for those of you who haven't heard, the governor of California, Governor Gavin Newsom, says California will provide 1,200 tiny homes for states homeless. Okay, now check this out. Now, I know people are probably like, oh, well, what's so stupid about that? What's so hypocritical about that? What's so corrupt about that? Well, you see, it's pretty simple. If you have a memory better than that of a goldfish, then you'll probably remember that in 2016, a person donated tiny homes to homeless people, tiny homes that were mobile, took up only about a parking space, and what did California do? They declared war on these tiny houses. They were donated to the homeless, completely free, no taxpayers had to pay for this. It was a voluntary program that was ran on donations, voluntary donations, not forced coercion or not forcing somebody to give money through taxes or anything like that. No, just donations. So I want to quickly actually look at this story. I want to read some of this story because there are some very important details in this story that we should compare to the details that are found in this ridiculous story. Okay, so let's quickly look at this. Okay, so this was from February 26th of 2016. This is Mashable. I've never actually even been on this website. But whatever, I'm going to use it. I guess it's probably like a local California media outlet that has a website. But whatever, let's not digress into that, okay? So, a Los Angeles man took his city's homeless problem into his own hands by building dozens of tiny houses and donating them to the people living on the street. You see, this guy right here, this guy is a select minority. This guy right here, he is a noble. He is somebody who is not a mass man who sits around waiting for other people to solve the problems. So let's read a little bit of this story, okay? So a Los Angeles man took the city's homeless problem to his own hands by building dozens of tiny houses and donating them to people living on the street. Now, he is faced with the task of evicting those same people and hauling away their newfound tiny homes after the city ordered them removed following a new city ordinance. Elvis Summers, the man behind the project, spent months assembling the homes and distributing them to people on the street. The brightly colored boxes were equipped with solar-powered lights and offered an alternative for people sleeping rough or in makeshift shelters on the streets of the city. Here's like a couple images of them. You know, people seem really happy. I think this guy's like crying. He's like really emotional. And I remember seeing some videos of this. I mean, these people were really happy to receive these homes because they could lock their stuff in there and not have to worry about their stuff getting robbed. You know, it's a major problem that homeless people have is that, you know, they're choosing to opt out of the system. And even the homeless people that aren't out there on drugs, you know, just people who simply choose to opt out of the system and live an alternative lifestyle, they have to worry about the criminals on the street stealing their stuff. And I'm sure that those criminals who steal their stuff Not all of them are homeless. I'm sure that there are just some criminal entities who take advantage of this. So the city of Los Angeles has impounded 3 of the tiny houses that have popped up near the freeways in recent months. It had tagged 7 more of the makeshift shelters for removal this week, but when the City Bureau of Sanitation showed up to take the structures Thursday, all 7 were gone. Summers had already carted off the homes to storage after the city announced it planned to eventually destroy any of the structures it impounded. So yeah, they just impound these things and fucking just destroy them. People are scumbags. So me and my team worked around the clock, Summers said in an interview with Mashable. He said he delivered some of the tiny homes to private land where the residents can continue to live on them. So that's really nice. They actually managed to move these shelters to private land where the city couldn't come over and be pirates, do what they do best, which is act like pirates. Okay, so since establishing, that's probably why they have that skull and crossbone symbol. I believe it's the Skull and Bones Society over at Yale or whatever. It doesn't really matter. They know that they're pirates, and they show to the world that they're pirates. It's not even like they hide this stuff. People are more concerned about other ridiculous stuff. They're concerned about what the little people are doing. Oh, look, this guy stepped out of line. Oh, look, this guy over here, he spoke to this other person in a disrespectful manner. Yeah. Focus on that and not on the pirates that are in control of our society and our country. So anyway, so since establishing, actually, I'll just skip ahead. I don't want this video to be too long. They talk about where they were. He talked about creating 37 of them. Now, what I want to talk about is the prices. So I'll skip this. I'll continue from right here. Okay, so the homes, which are about the size of a parking spot and come equipped with lights, windows, and doors that lock, are designed to offer a safe space for some of the city's tens of thousands of homeless residents. There's actually over 100,000 homeless residents, but I guess in this one city alone, in the city of Los Angeles, there's tens of thousands in that one city alone. They have been funded by nearly $100,000 worth of donations since last April. Summer said he believes his tiny homes could provide a solution to Los Angeles' growing homelessness crisis, but that the city has avoided him like the plague. So the city doesn't even want to talk to him. The city's like, no, get away from us. We don't want to have any interactions with you. We don't want to take your plan into consideration. No, we don't want any of that. So people can easily see that it's effective, cheap, and gives people a warm, safe shelter for right now until permanent housing can be built, Summers said. That's a threat to the city's money. They're taking millions of dollars from every corner they can get it from and not doing anything with it. No, well, they're doing something with those millions of dollars. They're putting it in their pockets. Let's look at this picture of Gavin Newsom. Let's see. How expensive do you think this suit he's wearing? I'd say this suit he's wearing has to be I'd say $6,000 to $8,000. And that's just, those are probably low estimates, okay? So these scumbags, you can just see how rich they get once they enter office. They're doing something with that money. They're putting it into their pockets. They're putting it into the pockets of their friends. They're paying off other corrupt bureaucrats and politicians. That's what they're doing with the millions of dollars. The homelessness crisis in Los Angeles is so bad that the city declared a state of emergency last year, but has yet to launch a comprehensive plan to deal with the issue or to combat the issue. Whoever wrote this, they screwed up. They got a ton of typos. You guys need to get a better editor. So a report put out by the city last month noted that $1.87 billion would be needed to deal with the issue over the next 10 years. The city has yet to find the budget for this massive program, though, Summers. Summers and other activists believe that funding alone won't pose a solution to the problem. When I can make a house for $1,200, people are going to question why you need $2 billion, Summers said. Homelessness is not complicated. Making money off the homeless is complicated. And that is right there the point. Okay, I'm going to I'll keep reading. The city has targeted Summers' tiny homes for removal under Mayor Eric Garcetti's Clean Streets initiative and dispute that the structure even qualify as homes. I don't refer to these as homes or houses because they're really not, said Bureau of Sanitation spokesman Elena Stern. It's very simple. Have you not seen the movie Joe Dirt? Home is where you make it. You are not the one who tells people, oh, no, this doesn't count as a home. This isn't your home. These people were ecstatic to receive these homes. These homes are mobile. They're only the size of a parking space. So you can get them off the streets. You can, put them in a parking space, clear the streets. If they have this clean street initiative, all they had to say, hey, look, if you're going to have these tiny homes, please don't have them on the sidewalk. Please don't have them blocking traffic. Please make sure that they're in a parking space. And please make sure, I don't know if California has like alternate side of the street cleaning like they have in New York City, but please make sure that when there's street cleaning that you move them out of the way so that the streets can be cleaned. They could have worked with them. But this is all about money. So we can look at this, we can prove this is all about money by looking at how much it cost this guy to build a tiny home versus how much they're now saying it's going to cost him to build tiny homes. So he managed to create them for about $1,200 a pop. Okay, let's pull up a calculator. Okay, so he made them $1,200 a pop, right? So let's see, now they want to create 1,200 homes. I wouldn't be surprised if they created this number just to create confusion. But okay, now they want to create 1,200 homes. So let's see how much it would have cost him to create 1,200 homes at $1,200 a pop, right? So 1,200, multiply it by 1,200. Okay, that's $1,440,000. That's how much it would have cost this guy to make tiny homes, 1,200 tiny homes. California, I'm sure that these tiny homes aren't the same. I'm sure the tiny homes that California wants to build now aren't going to be the same as his tiny homes. But I'm also sure that these tiny homes, I'm sure that they're not just going to be given away. I'm sure that there are going to be some conditions that come with these tiny homes. But check this out. $1,200 a pop, these tiny homes would have made these homeless people more than enough happy. They just want safety. They just want shelter. They don't want some luxurious home. I don't really know. I guess I'm not homeless. I guess I'm just speaking for myself and from homeless people that I've interacted with. But check that out. From $1 million for the tiny homes that he was creating, which were mobile, they had solar panels, they had windows. The solar panels clearly are providing them with electricity. I'm sure that they could have had other amenities. I'm sure they could have added other amenities, but it gave them all the basics. It gave them, shelter, warmth, a dry shelter, a warm shelter, a shelter that keeps them safe from the elements, from the natural environment. Okay, so now, though, they want to go from 1,400,000 plus thousand to 30 million. And guess what's definitely going to happen? I can fucking guarantee you this, that it's actually going to go over budget. It'll go way over budget, and not only is it going to go over budget, but I believe they said that they're going to have the National Guard come in and build these homes. So that means those National Guards people, they're going to be getting paid. That's like time on the clock. They could be out doing something else. So you have to pay them. But this will definitely go over budget. Okay, this is why it's stupid. It's corrupt. Because this money is definitely not all going to be going into these 1,200 tiny homes. Okay, so absolute stupidity. I just had to point this out. I'm sure people are like, wow, this isn't that big of a deal. But no, it is, because it shows the incompetence in our current system. This is another reason why we clearly need to create another system of government that reflects the ideas found in the Declaration of Independence. We're going to create a whole other system of government that is more efficient, that is corruption-proof. There is a way to do this. And, that reflects the ideas that are found in the Declaration of Independence. We really need to do this. And I know people are going to be like, oh, well, we don't really need to do this. You want to do this. It's not that big of a deal. It would be optimal for us to do that. How about that? It's not that we need to do this, but there is evidence that it would be in our best interest to do this. And I know I'm kind of contradicting myself. I'm saying we, our, and last video I was talking about our kids and criticizing that. They're different. Okay, these are not synonymous talking points. These are very, very, very different. And I'm not going to explain exactly how they're different. I'm not going to be splitting those hairs right now in this video. I don't really have time for that. But by all means, if you made it to this point in the video and you're curious as to how they're different or why they're different, write it in the comments, and I'll do my best to respond to your comment in the comment section and explain exactly how and why they are different. But anyway, I'm going to end the video here. I have to get going to work. I'll see you all in the next video.
Well, that's great.
great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? We're some real pretty shit now, man.